Hi, everyone. This is Jade from ChainSafe Gaming. I'm super happy to kick these streams up again. If you're not familiar with ChainSafe, we're a research and development firm focused on blockchain protocols. We help develop protocols from scratch. We've contributed to Ethereum, Polkadot. B3 is our newest network that we help build. We also offer development tools like Web3.js and a Web3 Unity SDK. So if you have something you want to build, you haven't seen it, we can help you build it within the blockchain space. In today's talk, we'll be talking with a brand new game, Quantum Command. They're doing super exciting things. I was very fortunate to meet their founder over at Gamescom, and I want to share what I've experienced with you all, to share what they're doing with smart contracts, how they're pushing the industry forward. And with that said, I'd like to bring Luca up to stage. Hello, Luca.
Hi, guys. Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you again. Thank you for jumping on the stream. I was super excited as soon as I saw your game. I started to test play it. It's been really fun. So for those who aren't familiar with Quantum Command, can you give a brief intro of yourself and the game?
Yeah. Thank you. I'm Luca Vaiani. I'm the game director and the CEO of OMM Games Ltd. It's a UK company. And, I work in the IT industry more than 20 years. And with this company, I would achieve, a mission that is to push the technology of the video games and making also the non-triple A games fun and attractive. Because many indie game studios have low budgets and can't raise millions of dollars to produce a game and have years to produce a game. There are normal people that lives and work every day. And I think with our experience in artificial intelligence, we have a chance to make the game producing people life better. And that's why I start to work on this project. And the first game we are releasing based on this SDK. I sometimes someone called it an engine, but it's not really an engine because it was apart from the Unity or Unreal. And the first game is called Quantum Command. It is a third-person multiplayer shooter, and it's for PC and Mac. And we have now an alpha stage, but I think we are going to talk about it during the live stream.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of different components. As soon as I started talking to you, I was excited because you were doing unique things that I haven't seen within the blockchain space, utilizing smart contracts in a very unique way. So let's start first with kind of gradually introducing people to the game. And let's start with what inspired the creation of Quantum Command, and how did the concept of adaptive gaming mechanics come about? Because there's a lot of things that your game does to adapt to the player and the way they. So I wanted to touch on that.
So basically, the main things are the two AI proprietary models we have. The first one is behavioral recognition. So while you are playing, the AI can understand what kind of player you are. So if we want to make it simple, we can understand in a shooter game maybe how much you are a sniper or a bomber. You like to destroy everything, or you hide and sneak, or if you kill civilians and something. And the second AI, when the matchmaking happens or when a match starts, can take the actual users' profiles and adapt the map and the mission basing on who is playing in this moment. So if we have 8 snipers, the most of the map and the mission to achieve will be for a sniping person, And on the opposite side, if you are in a medieval game and you are a barbarian with a big sword that like to cut everything and destroy everything, the system will give you some maps and missions where you have to fulfill your, your passion to destroy everything. And so people, it's funny to see, but that's it. And so the game is adapting to the players, and
Yes.
pretty sure everybody has fun. And the other aspect this of this AI is that if you change during the time, sometimes player changes. Maybe you can try to play some mission and play in a certain way, and then after time decide to change because okay, I want to try other weapons, I want to try other characters, I want to try and the AI understands and follow you on your changing. So you can really explore every aspect of that specific world or that specific game.
So to me, definitely the map creation was fascinating to me because I played tons of different shooters like Call of Duty, and you find yourself playing the same maps over and over. And especially if you're a new player, I've like played with a new friend recently. He's getting killed instantly because everyone who plays this game for years, they know exactly where you're going to come from. Where do I position myself? Where do I shoot? But here, the map is different every time. And to me, that was fascinating, especially when you mentioned like that if we're a bunch of snipers and we're all snipers, it's going to be a really long board because that's our play style. So to me, that part of it was really mind blowing, and I'm excited to test more of that out.
Yeah, yes, that that idea raised up in a night because I was thinking about how to, have always fun and maximize player attention. Because in a boundaries world, like also the open worlds games are boundaries, but you can play 300, 400 hours anytime you want, but you know everything, you memorize everything, and you don't rely really on your skill, but just how that you learn how to trick the game. The most of the times that's the truth. That's the truth. And
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I said, how we can change this? Okay, a generative map. So every time you play, the map is different every time, and maybe you can recognize some small patterns inside, maybe, but really small that not really gives an advantage to who knows the map. So you really have to base on your skill to compete and to be good in that kind of games.
That's definitely what I like about it. It's refocusing the entire strategy back to the player, back to your skill and shooting. But there's one other thing I want to touch on because you mentioned this idea where like if you have close quarter weapons like a sword or something, you could end up with kind of only fighting people back to back. And there's some sort of historical component to the whole quantum computing, the quantum story. Even when you boot up the game, that's one of the first things the sergeant tells you. Can you touch on the historical parts of that?
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. This is specific to quantum command because we have studied the lore that can, you know, um, follow the user through history because you are an agent of a futuristic special force, like hundreds of other games. Okay, that's cool. And but you go uh, in back in the days, back in the eras. So you start in the dystopic future where you have robots and you have lasers and you have like Mad Max, you know, and uh, and when all the players, so it's a community progression of the game that when all the players complete some number of mission of one type, some number of mission in one map, and so it's community progression. The other era unlock, and you can also play in the zombie apocalypse era. So you have to play against your enemies and against zombies that want to kill everyone, and then you can go to the Second World War, and then the Middle Age, and then the ancient Rome. And this is challenging because it's not only you can live different maps and different environments and different enemies, but you have also to adapt your strategy, because until you are in the Second World War, you can find bullets on the ground. If you finish your bullets, you can find. In the Middle Age, no, because nobody invented it. So you have just you know and when you finish your ranged weapon, you have to rely only to melee combat, and so you have to do the strategy is important, and it changes in the kind of match you are playing, and in the era and in the map. So it's always changing.
Yeah, I love that entire idea because you're limited by the time frame you enter into this world. And then even in those time frames, right, you can have like a catapult or something that's like shooting far long distances. But then I would maybe have like some sort of barrier in front of me that could appear and use that to my advantage if I have a catapult. And there's so many different unique experiences that could spring up depending on the limitations of your weapons, the time you're in, and then also even if you're familiar with all the weapons at the time, the map's constantly changing. So to me,
Yeah.
it's like mind blowing.
Yeah, it's infinite. So I hope when people are going to play the game, that I think will be definitively online on April 25, and um, I think everybody will have fun also going through the missions. You
Yeah,
know.
definitely. I noticed that too. It was kind of similar to like the Hell Divers, where you have like the different types of strategies and things you're like doing within
Okay.
the game.
We had the idea first, before them, I think, before, but they were able to publish this year. So, but some concepts are similar, but you know that's for me, I was a little bit shocked when Helldivers come out, because I said, no, they are doing the same things as almost, community missions, and different strategies, and some mechanisms, some logics are really similar, but thanks to the huge such as they have, I think, okay, this is the right way. This is the path, the correct path.
Yeah, definitely. They're proving the concept. I definitely noticed some similarities, but you're offering a lot more unique experiences. And let's get into that a bit deeper. So one of the things I'm curious about as the map's changing, as the time frame's changing, from the people you've been testing it with, have you noticed that people are adopting like different strategies? Because if I use my sniper too much, it's giving me this long board, but maybe I want to switch it up, or like how is that impacting the player and what they're doing in the game?
Okay, I think they are excited to try new way of play. No, you just I don't know if you tried the last Space Marine 2.
I tried, I think, the first one and then like the fourth mode, but I didn't get through all of them yet.
Okay, so if you try the new one in the multiplayer, you can choose between 5 classes, and you have the sniper, and you have, but the map is always the same, and it's fun to have maybe play one match with the sniper, and one match with the tactical unit, because they have different weapons and different skills. And so you can imagine how fun if also the map changes, and it's powered. And when we were able to try people test the game, I always see people laughing. The best appreciation I received is when one of the guys said, "Oh, it is satisfying." And you can have the best graphic, you can have the millions of dollars, but if people are not satisfied of playing, it doesn't work. So even with low budget, that we had low budget building this game, and we are raising. If someone is interested, please contact me. And I think we are doing good. We're doing good, because you see the result on people's face.
Yeah, definitely had a lot of cool experiences with it so far. I was glad I had two soldiers drop in with me instantly because I was just getting like beat up initially. For me, I like the strategy of like shooting, then using the sword to kind of attack people like immediately after. So I had a lot of fun experiences with that. So I think we touched on a lot of different components of the game. Should we maybe show a preview? You have like kind of a demo video that you sent us. Would you like to hop into that?
Yeah, we can show a little bit of gameplay. The video is also reachable on our X profile, OMM Games Ltd, and we can show to Joe some seconds of the video. Maybe you can explain what's going on and maybe some technical sneak of how we achieved some of the items you can see inside.
Cool. So I'll share my screen. I start sharing the video, and then feel free to pause me anytime. So here, for anyone who hasn't seen, this is a preview of Quantum Command.
Okay, we have some character selection. You can choose between 4 characters, and every character has his weapons, his skills. This is the missions table. Is all data driven because when some matches are are in play and they're free of some spots, you can enter an existing match. And here you're in the desert map, and you have some enemies. We manage the day-night life cycle, so every 12 minutes become night, and 12 minutes come back days, and in the night you really don't see so much. Okay, you can see here, and you have to use some night vision goggles or predator goggles that can boost you, but it's consumable, and so you have to choose wisely when you use, because you can't recharge, you can use it only one time. And sometimes here you can find some buildings, and the map is all generated by our AI. And we have, of course, some items. The trees are pre-made, but all the composition and all maps are generated by our AI. In this mission, you have to find the boss. Okay, you can see here the predator goggles that basically let you see also in the night or in the fog. And here, someone has killed the boss of this level. And this is our logo and our website. If you want to check, there is also a huge explanation of the token economy inside the game, and the Hero League, where people earn, because you can play for free even without knowing nothing about crypto. But if you want to go pro, you can play and earn tokens, and that's another cool part, I think, because our quantum command give prizes not only to who wins, because we have a mechanism that you just need to have a special NFT that is called Boost NFT, where every day the paid matches, concur to increment a vault, a daily vault. So 100 people pay 100 token, 30% of the token goes in that vault. The day after, you just have to have an active playing session in the game and possess the special NFT, and you are eligible for this daily airdrop. That is divided between all people that has the NFT and has an active play session in that day. So even if you lose, you can get something back. And if the vault is huge, maybe you can earn anyway.
That's super interesting, and that also caught my attention. Besides the map generation, understanding the players, it's the way that you're using blockchain, smart contract interactions, and the pool splitting. Now I'm curious. Like, let's say if I own the NFT, but I didn't necessarily participate in a game today. Well, you said I have to have some sort of activity, maybe an hour or something like that. I play the minimum. I could still win whether I'm doing the pay to play model or not, right?
Yeah, yeah, you can win anyway. Yeah. Um, okay, we have like it's a standard now in the play to earn industry to have the skins and weapons as NFTs because you can trade, you can switch, and when we are going to publish other games, these items will be interoperable, so you can find an item in one game and use it in another one. That is cool, maybe with some adaptation we're going to solve some logic, not technical problems, because if you have a flamethrower, you can expect to use in a medieval game, but we're going to solve this. And this just this this season pass boost NFTs that is once per year. You just pay one time per year, and you are I think you are happy to spread the word, because if you are good at playing, maybe you can invite someone newbie to win. And if you are not good, you want to that there is be more player, because the daily airdrop is huger and you get back more. So this is a cool part. I think that people are going to spread the words. Uh, Also to only look to gain something, and there is an aspect, because we are a Web3 game, and everybody knows that, okay, that there is the fun, the most is fun, but there are also some people that are going to play or to enter the platform and the game just because they want to gain something.
Yeah, I think you're doing it the right way, and we're seeing that through our research, working with a lot of other game companies, that you need to offer players the free option so that they get involved. They start grabbing maybe their first NFTs, especially if you're trying to onboard people who aren't unfamiliar with blockchain gaming. So it's awesome that you have the free model. Then you have a model where you can kind of half commit, where you have this like NFT, you can get some gameplay, test it out. And then you have a version for like the highly competitive people who are like betting against their friends, like I can beat you on this one-on-one match or whatever it is. So it's
Yeah.
awesome that we're capturing like the full spectrum of player types.
That's it. And also we are going to introduce some conversational players, NPC inside the game. So you can just chat, like ChatGPT, and is not ChatGPT, but to make people understand, that NPC can talk with you. And sometimes, if you are a non-crypto player, sometimes someone maybe can say, "Oh, you know that you can convert this coin you find in the cave in real money. So let's study, understand how it works, and maybe we can increase the adoption. This is another way, another bite of the cake to bring people to use the blockchain that I really are a big fan. I'm really a big fan.
I really love how you're taking this concept of adaptive gaming really far, from like the weapons to the map to now even the NPCs. And for me, what becomes interesting there is if you have like unreliable narratives. So like maybe the NPC's like, hey, you should check out this like cave, and then there's like a bunch of enemies waiting for you in that cave or something.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I can't tell anything else now, but it could.
Yeah, I guess we'll all see where it goes. Hopefully, I don't get set up somewhere. So, for our next question, how do you see quantum commands mechanics influencing the future of competitive gaming? How do you see this going into esports? That's emerging. We're even getting esports in the Olympics now. So, how do you see these kind of mechanics influencing the future of gaming?
Okay, is a big challenge. Is a big challenge because you know to approach the competitive gaming, especially in esports, you have to assure really high quality standards. And I think in this kind of games, some kind of dynamic generation like our game will not be accepted so easily, because someone can say, okay, I was in a spot that wasn't properly, so it's not my fault, I lost because the spot, because the wall, because it's over the fun.
That
But I think the other side, the behavioral recognition AI that we have can really make a huge analysis of the players. They already using in the football or in the tennis or the major sports, because you see cameras that record the field and predict the players movement and make analysis and because $1 million of industry, and but I think this one could be adapted to the esports.
You raise a lot of good points about it being hard, at least for the adaptive maps to be like in esports or something like that. Because I think immediately when you were saying that, like, there's people who spend hours and hours trying to find glitches, trying to find
Yeah.
like an object that maybe wasn't like perfect, and now they're hiding in a rock shooting people that like don't.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And I feel like there's definitely some players that are going to study each individual object, figure out like which ones they can manipulate the most to get like the slightest competitive advantages there.
Okay, we can raise a prize if someone find one and tells it and say okay. That because yes.
So
But it
yeah,
will be fun to see how people are going to find blind spots here. Yeah.
so that part of it's a little bit challenging, but I do think that the components that you have with the like splitting of prizes, things like that, I think that mechanic could be like completely pulled out, if anything, and used across like tournaments, across like esports. So I think even that mechanic alone, once people see that in action, I anticipate a lot of games will start to adopt stuff like that.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know, because it's like we haven't in this way we haven't really invented nothing new, because just I'm in Italy, and in Italy everybody played soccer, football, depending if you are British or American, and it's usual that people pay for the tournament. Is Everybody does it. It's okay. Okay, we pay for the field and we play, and who wins get the beer. It's the same mechanic. And let's see. I don't know. I really don't have an opinion on this. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, right now there are winner take all models that are out there. What's interesting for me is kind of when you start to weight what you contributed to the team, and then maybe giving prizes to like people who carried the team or something like that.
Yeah. By now, the team distribution is just for the team, so every team member get the same amount of prize. Because okay, I don't mention that we can have a team versus team playing mode in Quantum Command. I don't know if you're referring to this.
Yeah, I was touching on it, but
Yeah.
feel free to either change
Okay.
topics or go as deep as you want.
No. Okay. Maybe I get it wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. And yeah, but by now there is more big democracy inside, so everybody take the same prize, even if the only one that do everything and the other just hiding. So that's it.
Yeah, I mean that works, but you have the mechanics to already split the funds between all the players, so that sets the foundation for a lot of other unique things.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Cool. So now you've already brought up some ideas about like the adaptive gaming from the weapons, even AIs and stuff. Is there anything else that's on your mind that you've been playing around with on how the game could adapt to the player?
um okay, I think we are going out quantum command, but we are now talking with some big betting companies to use the behavioral recognition model to predict ludopathy. I don't know if I spell pronounce it correctly. The word, that people that are ill of playing machines and betting, that are obsessed with it.
Yeah, bad
And
gambling.
if yeah, that gambling, yeah, and with our model we can, I think, recognize prior that someone get obsessed, with this, and some you can make some, you know, you can help him before people falls inside this hell, because it becomes, you know, and it's another aspect of the gaming, because it's always game, there are always games. And I really really hope we can go further with this project, because you know, also to make good things for people is important to everybody. So okay, we want to have fun, we want to get money, yeah, everybody want it, okay, nice. But if at the same time we can also do something good for the world and people that suffer, I think it's perfect.
Oh man, that's so good. Because we talk about, you know, how to make money, how to you can play games and get all these rewards and stuff. But yeah, some of these things are addictive, right? Like we know that there's like kids even playing games like 24/7. And even now, I've been on spaces recently where parents are like, "Hey, my kid has access to my credit card on Roblox, and they're buying things. They're like spending money." And I don't, you know, a little kid probably doesn't appreciate the weight of like what they're spending and what's going involved, and it's easy for them to get into these kind of loops. So it's
Yeah.
awesome that you're starting to think about this and figuring out how to use that same technology to adapt to a user to understand like who's maybe not having the best time. They're here all the time and stuff, but they're not really having a great experience, and we need to check that.
Yeah. And let's see if someone wants to support this, you know, research, open to talk.
I definitely know of other organizations that would be interested in that. So yeah, I can definitely follow up with you after. I think it's an important field. Even with, you know, Web2 gaming, they have to figure out like how do you make a game fun without the community abusing each other or people getting in these kind of loops. So it's awesome to hear that's top of mind for you and you're working on that.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. So we're coming kind of towards the ending of our talk. But what is next for you, and how does the audience stay in touch with you, find out about updates in the game? What's next?
Okay, we plan to have a playable public beta in December, and we are now selecting some alpha testers from our Discord community that can download the game. You are also one. Can download the game and try, you know, and submit issues and bugs that uh, everybody experience. And you can follow us on X. The X is OMM Games Ltd. You can simply find it, and or join our Discord. But if you go to the website quantumcommand.space, there are all the links to, you know, stay in touch and stay updated. And also there is news, because we are going to have a free mint collection of Solana, so we are gifting, okay, and at the half of October. So participate in the collabs, get a spot, get a whitelist, because it's just the beginning. And people are really excited also on X, on Twitter. They are always asking, oh, when is minting? Okay, I want a whitelist, I want a spot, I want that. So we have movement on, and that's it.
Cool. So you heard it here. If you want to get involved, it's still early on. Hop into the Discord, get in touch with the community. You can potentially qualify for a free mint, and I think you've already touched on a lot of things that, you know, these NFTs can do for you in the game. So I would say definitely get involved early. So thank you for the talk. It was a pleasure, Luca. I'll definitely be talking to you going into the future several times, probably a week. So I'll send you a message after this. And thank you for
Yeah.
joining our stream.
Thank you, Jay, and hi to everybody. And let's see on Quantum Command.
Thanks. I'll see you on the battlefield.
On the battlefield. Bye bye.
Bye. So thanks everyone for joining our stream. You heard it here. Hop into their Discord, get that free mint, get involved. There's a lot of cool things happening in adaptive gaming. I think it's going to influence the industry tremendously. I have a ton of ideas we've been playing with kind of on our own team. So I'm excited to see Quantum Command launch, be successful. As he mentioned, he's raising funds. So if you have some funds and you like the game, you want to learn more, reach out to Luca. He's a great guy, always accessible. So thank you all, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later.